Today is December 1st, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topic is Taiwan to implement autumn and winter COVID-19 prevention. First, starting from today, Taiwan has launched an autumn-winter prevention project against COVID-19. The major purpose of the project aims to all travelers arriving in Taiwan will be required to present a negative PCR test for COVID-19 and must be taken within 3 days of their departure. In addition, Taiwan CCC also announced that it will suspend entry of Indonesian migrant workers for 2 weeks. And why? Here are some points. A. These autumn-winter prevention projects for COVID-19 will be implemented for 3 months and starting from December 1st to February 28th. Why does the Taiwan government implement this project now? I think the decision was made after careful evaluation of the recent surge of COVID-19 outbreaks in the United States and Europe. This is how Taiwan successfully controlled the COVID-19 pandemic. Precautionary measure. There are 2 major points for these projects. We're talking about project first, to require all passengers entering Taiwan to present negative PCR tests within 3 days of their departure. Of course, for Taiwanese who are not able to get the PCR test, they can sign the affidavit and get the test after they arrive. I think this is a good alternative because for some Taiwanese, it is hard for them to get a PCR test aboard. And second, people must wear masks in the 8 types of public venues, including medical and healthcare facilities, public transportation, shopping venues, and institutions, etc. If you don't wear a mask in these public places, you will be fined $3,000 to $15,000 NT, which is approximately $105 to $524 US. B. Why did Taiwan suspend the entry of Indonesian migrant workers for 2 weeks? Because there were 24 imported cases yesterday, and among them, 20 were from Indonesia. Plus, for the past 3 days, 24 Indonesian migrant workers were tested positive when they entered Taiwan. Therefore, Taiwanese government decided to temporarily suspend their entry from December 4th to December 17th. Also, the Indonesian migrant workers' negative tests might not be accurate. And once they are tested positive in Taiwan, all medical expenses will be paid by the Taiwan government. This will consume Taiwan's medical resources, and it's unfair to Taiwan citizens. C. Even under the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, I have to say that Taiwan's GDP growth is outstanding. According to the Directorate General of Budget Accounting and Statistics, Taiwan GDP can be raised up to 2.54% in 2020, which will take a lead among the 4 Asian tigers, 亚洲四小龙. President Tsai said one of the reasons that Taiwan has outstanding economic performances is that the government's effort to promote relief packages and stimulus packages. D. As to the issue of lifting the ban of U.S. pork with riboflavin, Taiwan Premier Su Chang successfully got on the stage for answering interpellation today. As I said before, KMT's image was greatly damaged by the incident of throwing the pig waffles. So I think the import of U.S. pork with riboflavin will be in line as planned. After the implementation of importing U.S. pork on January 1st, 2021, the next move for Taiwan is to negotiate with the U.S. about BTA, then join the CPTPP. Good job, Taiwan. Taiwan, 加油. Here are the top stories. Today we have 4 confirmed cases. They're all imported cases. They came from the Philippines, Indonesia, the United Kingdom, and Belarus. First, I want to talk about Chinese fighter into Taiwan's ADIZ on the first day of December. 1 PLA-Y8 anti-submarine aircraft into Taiwan's southwest airspace at 8:19 a.m. today. As to Taiwan indigenous weapon, Taiwan propelled indigenous CM-32 cloudy Leopard armor vehicle. According to sources, gun barriers purchased overseas are going to be mounted on prototype of Indigenous Armoured. We're talking about the vehicles with all arrive in Taiwan in September next year. Well, head of the Defense Ministry's Amendment Bureau, Fang Maohong, said that the barrel manufacturer has agreed to transfer key technology for the gun barrel so that the 105mm assault guns can be produced locally once Taiwan kind of starts mass production. A total of 284 CM-32, CM-34, and actually, they are all Leopard because from CM-32, 33 to 34 vehicles are expected to be produced by 2023. At the same time, China's President Xi Jinping made an announcement about preparing for war and unification yesterday. Xi Jinping said, the future direction of the party is to focus on preparing for war, reiterated that all parties and members should have a full plan for unification front, and mobilize all possible factors to propel the patriotic united front. You can see that Xi Jinping talked about a lot about united, or unification. Well, I don't know whether this message really go to Taiwan or go to the newly elected President Joe Biden. Also, on the same day, China Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson華春瑩said yesterday that I wonder how Taiwan compatriots think about buying second-hand U.S. weapons and use as an ATM for interest group in the United States. Well, I must rebut her. This is not a second-hand weapon. Remember, the weapons that we bought from Donald Trump include the Slammer missile. It's a kind of precision-guided air-launched cruise missiles that can strike targets in China coastal areas with a maximum range of 270 kilometers. As to the RCEP, we know that China kind of uses one China policy to suppress Taiwan from joining. However, Taiwan Mainland Affairs Council said RCEP only has little impact on Taiwan economy. Well, it said that Taiwan has been developing against the Thai for a long time. Various industries have maintained their resilience, which is an important niche for development, and we should maintain self-confidence. Well, as to the U.S. presidential election, according to the CNN, it talked about Democrats derived dark money. And it said that more than $320 million of the so-called dark money helped boost Democrats in the White House and the congressional races. Well, we can say over here, according to the Center for Representative Politics, a top beneficiary is President-elect Joe Biden. Nearly $132 million in anonymous money back his White House bid, compared to nearly $22 million to aid President Donald Trump. Well, on the other hand, we know that Taiwan has close ties with international society. Japan-Taiwan Exchange Association just expressed appreciation to Taiwan. And it said, after the 311 earthquake, Taiwan donated more than 25 billion Japanese yen to Japan and provided supplies and dispatched emergency rescue teams. We hope to take the opportunity of the coming 10th anniversary of the 311 earthquake to express our gratitude to Taiwan again. Well, you can see over here, this is symbolic of the Taiwan-Japan relations. You can see that this is really cute, right? And also, President Tsai met with British Representative Catherine and hopes to have different cooperations. We can see that President Tsai said that the UK will host the UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change next year. And Taiwan and the United Kingdom held a meeting to exchange views on the latest topics last month. And she said that she hoped that the UK can support Taiwan's participation in the next year's conference so that the two sides will continue to strengthen cooperations in the energy transition field. So that we were talking about, this is the UK and Taiwan relations. That will be the view for today. This is Catherine from Taipei, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.